Okay, today we're going to talk about Chapter 9. We're going to add components, footings, and different portions to each of the hotel. That includes the elevator and the elevator door from when we load in from Autodesk Seek and add them to the project. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to be following along these, but I'm going to move this window out of my way. And you can pretty much follow along with me, going step by step. So we're going to go ahead and open up Modern Hotel Components.revit from the class folder. Taking it right to the C drive, or if you store them on your My Documents. So we'll be adding sofas, planters, trees, even an elevator door, as well as footings on the base of the columns in the lower levels. Okay, so once you get the model open, we're going to go ahead and duplicate view floor plan 1, just regular duplicate, and we're going to call this furniture plan. So we're going to rename floor 1 dash furniture plan. Let's say OK. Now we're going to place components, and we should go ahead and, since we're using a furniture plan, we're going to hide some of these categories so our plan is real nice and neat. So we only want to see, we can even hide these views, and that gets us a nice clean floor plan. So we're going to add a component, and let's see if we got the shared Corbu. There it is. And we're going to place the Corbu chair along the back side. Now you'll notice it's facing the wrong way, so I can tell it to rotate after placement. And I can place one here, and then it lets me rotate it 90, or I can place it again. And we'll place it again. Now we're going to lay those there. So one thing we want to do as we place these components in is we want to make sure these aren't showing up back here. So one thing you don't want your first floor plan to reference is all the furniture, because it'll make for a cluttered view. So we're going to hit VV or VG, and that brings up your visibility graphics. And we're going to turn off the casework, furniture, and furniture systems. And we'll say OK. And that's going to hide things as we move back and forth. So let's go back to our furniture plan since everything is showing. And we're going to go ahead and keep placing the table dining. So we're going to go component. And we might need to load this one. Let's see if there's a table dining. Nope. So we need to load this one. We go to load family. We're going to go into the furniture and tables folder, and we're going to load the table dining round with chairs. There we go. And we'll go ahead and start placing those according to our view here. So we've got one here, one here. You could even place them however you'd like. Try to align them in some way. got 6, 7, okay. Now we're going to load in the plant tropical and RPC tree tropical. So we're going to go component, place a component. We're going to go down to the planting folder. Go plant tropical. And these are the little tiny ones, so we can place these. And we're also going to load tree tropical. And we're going to place this one here, and so on and so forth. Just kind of creating an arrangement. And even add a bigger one if you'd like. Now we're going to load in another family. We're going to load in a planter, which is from the site accessories planter, and we're going to place these planters around the columns so they create like a nice little barrier. Okay, let's finish loading in our furniture. So we have another Corbu chair. Seating arrangement here. Oops, let's place that again. And rotating on placement. And we're going to keep loading in some components because I don't think we have any couches in here. Yeah, so we're going to go load family, and then we go back to our casework maybe, or we go to our furniture, seating, and then we can pick our Corbu sofa to match. So we'll place our Corbu sofa here. Put another Corbu sofa up against the wall. Let's see if we can place a table. Load in a family for a little table. Furniture, tables, coffee tables. And we could load in more tables here if we'd like to by holding Control on our keyboard. And say load. Now we've loaded in all of these extra tables here. We've got an elliptical table we can place. We've also got this little end table which fits well on some of our anyways, you get the idea. We start laying out the ground floor. Place a few more plants here. Trying to place something that kind of matches what we had. Here's some of our small lilies and myrtles. There we go. And these just kind of fill in and make it much more natural. Alright. Now what we're going to do is place a countertop over here in this reception area. So we're going to go ahead and load a countertop. So So we're going to go insert, load family, and we want to go to the class files. The class files are going to be back in the C drive under Revit, class library, countertop lobby. So we're going to pick that countertop, and we want to place that countertop. Should already be selected. The key here is going to be making that countertop offset from the floor. So we're going to have 24-inch depth, and we're going to offset this 1 foot 1 5/8 inches. So we're going to go 1 and 1 5/8. And let's align that middle point. Looks like our component there. We're going to hit move, MV for move. We want to move this up against the wall. And then we're going to drag this over to say 5 feet. Oop. Until we hit the 5-foot mark right here. And all this is following our tutorials as we move along. So now we're going to go to the elevator, and we're going to use seek to find the specific elevator. So in this area right here, we're going to type electric elevator in the seek pad, insert, seek, electric elevator. As you hit enter into the toolbar, you should see something show up, or you may have to log in and create that. And we're going to pick one of the basic electric elevators. Let's go ahead and pick this elevator electric right here. It's really simple and straightforward. And we're going to pick the 2010 file, and we're going to download these to our local drive. So when we hit download, right, this should come up. You may have to log in, right? Or you may have to sign up. So once you've created an account, it'll pop you back to your screen. You'll have a login, and then what we're going to do is download those files. As we've downloaded those files, we're going to need to load those in from there. So let's go ahead and find out where these are at. We're going to show them in folder, in our downloads folder, and we're going to cut them out of there, and we're going to paste them into our class files. So we're back to Revit Architecture, Library, and look at that, there's already an electric one in there. So we can keep that, and now we're going to place that family. Place elevator, component, load family, go to our C drive, and in Revit we'll have our class library, electric elevator, and we're going to place that right in the middle. We want this to be the 2,500 pound one. So notice we should have an option to change this to 2,500. We're going to place that right in the middle of towards the front here. Then we want to place the elevator door. So we're going to place another component, load a family. Let's go check our C drive. There's our elevator door. We're going to add that to the file. We're going to place that right in the front. And we're just making sure that's centered. You can do that by clicking here, hit dimension, and then hit equal, and it'll center that door. Now we want to copy the door, not the elevator, to the rest of the floor. So you take this door right here, we're going to go copy, and then we're going to paste to selected levels. And then we want to copy that to all 8 doors, 8 floors. and we'll delete the instances where it doesn't apply. And then what we can do is we can double check. We're going to hit WT to pull up our tiled view and open up our section view, and we should see elevator doors on all of the floors there. Now we'll save the project to your My Documents folder, and now we're going to add some column footings to the building. Now we're going to go ahead and open a new one. We're going to open up floor plans. Oh, let's open up that previous one we just did. Okay, so we keep our components model open, and we're almost done here. We're about to add some footings to the building. So we're going to go to our top of footing plan. And we need to see some grids and all that good stuff again. So we're going to go to Show, turn on our light bulb here to see what's hidden. Pick our red items that are hidden and say Unhide Category. Turn off our light bulb. Now we've got our grids back. Now what we'd like to do is also show an underlay. So we're going to underlay the swimming pool. So what we want to show here is, let's underlay the first floor, and we see the swimming pool above. And what we'd like to do is add a component. We're going to load in the family from the structural foundations. So we're going to go Component, Load Family, and we're going to go to Structural Foundations. And we're going to pick the footing rectangular and say OK. Now this is going to be added to the base of the building. This is a large concrete footing. The footing we want is 72 by 48 by 18, which is what's already selected. And we're going to place this at the grid intersections of P1 and E. So P1 is up here, E is right here. We're going to place it right on that intersection. And we can hit spacebar to actually rotate this thing. So we'll place one there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to Temporary Hide and Isolate category. So we're going to pick the footing, and we're going to pick the grids. And then what we're going to do is hit our sunglasses, because that's going to eliminate everything else we want to see, because we just want to add intersections. So we're going to go Isolate category, and look at there. Now we just get a basic clean grid, and we're going to lay out our footings according to our drawing in the book. So we're going to go ahead and go to Architecture, Component. We got our footing selected. Spacebar. I'm just going to add one here, 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 and so on. Making sure these line up. And then we're going to swap these around, rotate them, start here. These are where the elevator's at. The elevator's got to have large footings. I'm just going to add these according to the picture in the book. Okay, now once we've added all those, we're going to go ahead and edit these footings, because these footings are taller than the regular building footings since they're for the pool. So we're going to make this -1 foot. And then what we're going to do is set the underlay to none. And turn off our cameras. And we're going to set our underlay to none. And then finally we're going to change our view range so that the cut plane offset is 1 foot. So we're going to come down here to view range. Cut plane offset is 1 foot. 1-0 will also do that. And then notice everything gets hidden. The floor gets hidden. Everything gets cut a little bit lower, so we get a nice project. And then what we've done is we've added all our footings. And we can see everything that we like for the foundations and the footings drawn in the pool and in the bottom of the building.